Welcome back. Let's explore date functions in SQL. SQL date functions are built-in tools used to handle, modify, and analyze date time values in database. They help to perform tasks like retrieving current dates, calculating differences, and formatting results effectively. Extract specific parts of the date like year, day, month, format dates, user-friendly displays, track the trends, deadlines, schedule processes, and business processes. Then let's use the sales table base as the understanding and demonstrating each in the SQL date functions mentioned here. So you can find the structure of the table on the next slide where you can see there are three columns: product name, sales date, sales amount. So widget A is having a specific date, is it in the YYMMDD, and there is a sales amount. So this is how we can represent a date in the SQL. Let's take example of now. Now function retrieves the server's current date and time, making it useful for capturing exact event moments such as transaction timestamp, as well as for the logging and comparing the time-based events. How you will be the query? It will be the as now as current date. It will give the date and time. Check the second example like the current date. How exactly it will retrieve normally in the YYYYY slash hyphen mm hyphen dd. Third example is there's the current time. So current time function retrieves the current time of system. It will be used in the time-based operations such as scheduling or performing precise time comparison. So the query would be like select CUR time as current time, and output will retrieve only the current system time. It will show in the hours, minutes, and seconds only. Now, if we check the next example that is on the date one, so date function extracts only the date from the date or the date and time value, making it useful situations where time component should be ignored, such as date only comparison or the aggregations. So the query would be as like where we need to use the typecast. So this is the typecasting. Date is a typecast with the date only detail so that we'll get the date only details. The fifth example is that the extract. So the extract function retrieves the specific part of the date, such as year, date, month, making it useful for the grouping, filtering, performing time-based analysis, including year over report. So query would be like select sales ID, and extract is the function that will be used what exactly the year we want to have it, and it will pull over the year for that sales data, and it's useful for the grouping or filtering by the year. The sixth one is the date add. So this function is choose to add the interval in the days so that it will add the days, months, years, or making it useful for calculating future dates, simplifying planning and scheduling tasks. So here you can have the interval based on adding the 7 days, 8 days, or depending on the number of days, it will return a new future date for you. The next example is the date sub. So date sub is the subtraction of the date which will be used for the retrospective data analysis or the reconciliation and determining the past date. So it will be the same case that the function date sub, you can give the sales date and the interval. So let's say if you put the 3 days, then it will give the days minus 3. So it will subtract from the sales date and it will give the date what exactly you need to have it from the data analysis perspective. Then there is a date diff. So date diff is the difference which will give the difference between the 2 days, which two dates which will helpful to understand and identify the period and the deadlines duration, how many days you will need. So basically it basically calculates the dates between and shows how many days we will need to finish it until this. So date diff function will help you to understand how many days you are left. Date format. So date format is an important feature that will be used for the specific pattern to allow customized output such as full day or month name, or useful for the making reports and clearer or more readable format. So date will be converted into the readable text format, display weekdays, month, days, and year in a such a way that we can have it in the report and which will be useful for the visualization and readable perspective. Then we have a add date. So add date function specifically adds the interval to the date. It is calculating for the future dates based on the given date. So if you put the date and accordingly we need to give the parameter so that it will add the days. Now in the current example we are adding 10 days to the sales date. So it will give the without interval, it will give us the date that what will be the future date for the purpose. Then there is a add time. So add time serves the same purpose as a date, where here you will add the time to the existing time so that it will help us to have the future timing and get to know what exactly the details we need to have. So you can have add two times values together and returns a new time after addition, so it will be a future time for us. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.